So hey everybody, what's going on? Look, my name is Terry. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys and gals are all doing well out there. Now, it's no secret to many of you out there that I am a content creator here. Obviously, I am a streamer. I do all the stuff and things. And over the years, there's been a wide variety of software that I have tried to, make my content creation easier. You know what I mean? Like, whenever I first found OBS years ago, it was like the holy grail of recording software because it was free, open source, which was a big thing for me, and any kind of functionality that it didn't have, you could add via third-party plugins, and they integrate so well with the software itself. It was like it just came like that by default, So, and over the years, of course, it's only gotten better and better. Yeah, there's been some, bumps along the way, but it's software development, so that's kind of sort of, the status quo. But these days, though, I mean, you have OBS. I don't even know if XSplit is still a thing, but I know that was a big paid option back in the day for corporate style stuff. And then, of course, you could stream directly inside of Discord. Twitch has their own called Twitch Studio, I think. But there's actually a newcomer on the block now. And I'm actually very interested in what they're trying to do here because a lot of the effects and everything that you would want inside of OBS Studio that you can only get with like a third-party plugin, a lot of that stuff is actually built here directly inside of this new software, and it's called Meld Studio. Now, I say new, but it's only new to us Windows users. Apparently, it's been on Mac OS for a while now, but they have a brand new Windows beta, and like many of you out there watching this, I actually got access to the beta, so I'm going to go ahead, jump in here, make a really basic scene, and see how everything works. All right, everybody, and this is it. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and add an audio source. Okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and add two audio sources here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add one, then the other. Then for track one, I'm going to go ahead and select my microphone. Then for my other track here, I'm going to select my broadcast stream. This is, of course, what's going to actually be sent out to the, the stream on Twitch and everything. Now, let's see here. For edit, you can either do left or right channel. You can add a delay directly within here, which is pretty cool. I kind of like that. You can delete the track. Can you rename it? Well, I mean, I guess the name is down here, so it's fine. Okay, so you can either mute it or edit it like that there, which of course is pretty cool. Now, how about a layer here? So you have your scenes and you have your layers here, okay? So for a live scene, I went ahead and made a new scene here, and I right-clicked and named it live. Now for a layer, now it looks like they don't have any kind of game capture yet, but that's totally okay. That can always be added later. And again, this is a software beta, so that's gonna obviously going to be missing a few things here. So let's go ahead and do display capture. I think it's this one here. Yeah, there we go. Oh, and it auto-populated as well, so that's kind of cool. And it automatically filled up the screen here. So speaking of filling up the screen here, everybody, let's go ahead and go to preferences here. Okay. Now, one of the things that I can appreciate about the software is that as of right now, its settings are extremely basic. You know what I mean? So if you're used to OBS Studio and all that fine control you can do behind the scenes, you're not going to get that right now. Again, this is a beta, so maybe they can do it later, but So as for a canvas size, it's just what it sounds like. It changes the size of this preview window here. And then for output, you can't actually change this or anything right now. Again, beta, so maybe that can change later. For frame rate, you can either do 30 or 60, which in my opinion, that should be all you would want to do, either 30 or 60. Then I have my stream server here for Twitch, my stream key. Then as far as video bitrate, you can either go as low as 2,000 kilobits per second or up to 25,000 kilobits per second. Audio bitrate is kind of locked in one spot right now. If you want to use your AMD or NVIDIA, GPU accelerated encoder, you just click this little checkbox right there. Then as far as recording goes, you can just, for right now, pick where you want it saved, what kind of format. I have mine in MOV. And bitrate and audio bitrate, these are just, locked to same as stream right now. But again, maybe they can always just come back in, add that later. Then as far as a screenshot folder goes, you can just, pick wherever you want to as well. Now for plugins, this is what they already have installed by, out of the box here. For audio, my output device, I have this here set to system. That's why it's from my Go XLR. Smart guides, essentially just like, you know, where you want your stuff to snap to and all that stuff. Then for transitions, they have a ton of transition stuff in here. And the move transition so far is kind of my favorite. This is where if you have like, you know, a video source, like your webcam on one scene and you move to a new scene, instead of, you know, fading or whatever, it will take that webcam and just move it to where it's located from scene to scene. Like, it's pretty cool, and I'll show you guys. Okay, I'll show you guys. But okay, speaking of webcam here, let's go ahead and add my webcam now here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead, click that little plus sign, video device, like that. I'm gonna go ahead and do this here, and it should auto-populate. Now, the thing with this here, folks, what's going on, is that you cannot change the resolution of the webcam at all, so it just defaults to 1080p, and you can't change the frame rate at all just yet, but that is okay. Again, it's a beta. This stuff is all going to come in time. Now, you can either drag it around like this here, or you can come up here and move it around like this here, and I do actually appreciate how responsive the UI is. It's very snappy, very fluid, and I do appreciate that. Now, what is this here? Flip vertical, flip horizontal, that's fine too. What is this here? Oh, this here is where you can like drag the corners in, like for the rounded corner. Okay, you know what? I like that. That's a very nice like little piece of functionality there. I like that there a lot. But the cool thing is though is that there are a ton of effects built in to what you could do to this here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and add one. I was kind of messing with this here a little while ago, and so far my favorite one is the glow styles, because it essentially adds a border to whatever you want it to. And since I like to have a border on my webcam, this is just built in. Don't gotta access a third-party plugin or nothing. So this is actually really cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and edit this here a little bit. I'm gonna make up my favorite color here, like right there. So I'm gonna go just drag it right up here, right there. Gonna hit OK. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and just make this a little bit smaller to where, you know, to where it kind of hugs the webcam a little bit more here. And choke. What is that? I guess like the spread of it or something, I guess. Okay, that there looks like, okay, so that there's more of the glow I'm looking for. Now, apparently to crop a source, first I'm going to lock my display capture here in place, so now I can't move that there by accident. So apparently to crop stuff, you double click things. Okay, I like that. I like that there a lot, I really do. Now I'm going to go and just crop that in like that there. Crop that in like that there. And to move the crop around, you just do that, which is actually really cool. I like that there a lot. I really do. And the cool part is that since this border effect is on the source itself, whenever I hit done or hit enter to confirm my crop here, it automatically readjusts as well. So that's really cool. Meld, I see what you guys are putting down and I'm picking it up here, okay? I do like it. Now, there is one small little problem that I have noticed with this software, but I actually asked about it inside of the Meld Studio Discord, and they are well aware of it, and they are working on the performance of it a lot more here, okay? But that is that there is some lag with browser sources, and I'll show you guys that right now, okay? All right, everybody, now I'm on my Streamlabs dashboard here, and I'm going to copy my alert widget URL here. So I'm going to go to layers, going to go ahead and click on browser source, and then I am going to go right over here to URL. I'm going to paste that sucker in, and I'm going to just leave this large so you guys can see it, okay? Now, if I hit test follow, it gets a little laggy right there, and a matter of fact, it might have lagged the recording. I've noticed that whenever it gets to about the midpoint of my alerts, and again, they are well aware of this, they are working on this. I asked somebody in their Discord. I noticed that about midway through the alert cycle, it spikes CPU usage up to around 100% or so, at least on my 5900X, so 12 core, 24 threads. And again, it might be just that quick little spike, and that's it. But just please be aware of that there, okay? Now, and there's another cool feature here that I like a lot, is that if you notice that whenever I change the size of this thing, it sort of kind of gets squished upon itself, right? Like it doesn't scale together. But this browser size right here, if you lock it and you do it again, everything scales correctly the way it should. That is an awesome feature to have, folks. It really is. Now let's talk global audio sources, because the way that Meld Studio handles it, I think is kind of cool. So normally to add a global audio source here inside of OBS Studio, you have to hit the settings button, go over to your audio tab, and then you can add stuff in here like this, right? Well, with Meld Studio, after you add your audio sources, all you have to do is hit the edit button, and then you want to click on global audio track. And now no matter what scene that you're on, even if the new scene doesn't have this source, the volume will stay up, okay? And remember that move transition I told you guys about right here? Check this out here. Okay, it's pretty cool. Pretty neat, right? So as you can see here, whenever I change scenes, my browser audio stays at max volume here, but my display capture volume, because it's not on this new scene, automatically muted itself, see? Pretty cool, right? And yeah, and that built-in move transition looks really good, guys. You did a good job. Now, my short time with Meld Studio, I have to say, I can see where they're going with it, and I can hope they can make it more stable. I hope they can get the browser source problems actually ironed out, because if you're just somebody that wants to stream and not really mess with a lot of, you know, video settings and quality settings and all that stuff, just, you know, plug and play this bit rate, this resolution, this frame rate, here's my scenes and sources, I think it's a good place to get started, folks. I really do. And again, with all the built-in effects, transitions, all that stuff that you would have to normally get, you know, plugins for in OBS Studio, if you're just starting out streaming, I think it's a pretty good deal. But I will say, though, that if you're somebody like me or another, you know, more experienced broadcaster or content creator, and you want that really fine control that you can only seem to really get in OBS Studio for right now, you might want to wait until Meld Studio comes out of beta, or at least till they add a few more features to maybe, you know, parity some of the quality settings that you're used to seeing inside of something like OBS Studio. But as far as software goes for being in beta, I think the bones are good, and I cannot wait to see where they build this out to. Like, as for right now, there's no way to add a custom chat dock for your Twitch chat or whatever it might be inside of Meld Studio, but I believe I actually read inside of their Discord that they are working on that for a later release date, so just more features to come. But what do you think, though, everybody? Have you tried Meld Studio yourself? Do you like it? Do you enjoy its simplicity? Or like me, do you wish it offered a little bit more fine control like you're used to in other software? Do me a favor, sign up in the comments below, and I will catch you guys and gals next time.